بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. طيب واحد نزلنا طيب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Brother Hassan, may Allah inshallah give you barakah. Brother Hassan, mashallah, is the man who is taking care of everything in Shalimar and making sure that things are running smooth. May Allah give him barakah and give him rahmah, inshallah. Allahumma ameen. Now, Brother Hassan, lock the doors because we're about to take a flight. No one is allowed outside. They're trapped in. This is it, no more out. Now, 2019, March 15 is a day that shouldn't be forgotten. What is it? Anyone knows? Yeah?
COVID-19.
What's that?
COVID-19.
Oh, COVID-19. It could be. No. The New Zealand massacre attack. The New Zealand massacre attack was taking place on that particular day. And the United Nations have designated that on 2022, 2022, on March 15th, a national day of combating Islamophobia. Now, we know that before that there was the attack on the Quebec Mosque in 2017. And there's the attack on the Toronto Mosque, where I personally witnessed the slaughter of one of my own dear brothers who have taken his life for me and my family owe him a lot. It took place when during the COVID time, he was standing by the door to guard and regulate people in and out. And at a time when between Maghrib and Isha, he was sitting by himself outside and I was sitting right behind him, the door behind him. This perpetrator come in and he did his ugly attack on our masjid. Why is this happening? Why they keep attacking the masajid? What's behind it? Because masajid are the shrines, the castles, the educational institution that will protect the deen. They would not have go to attack, the clubs or to attack any other, places where you could find Muslims in abundance. Their aim is not to kill necessarily Muslims, but to kill the spirit of Islam by attacking the institutions of Muslims. And that's what their aim. And we will, inshallah, by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, prove to them that it is impossible. يريدون أن يطفئوا نور الله ويأبى الله إلا يتم نوره. It's impossible. You are like the person who's blowing onto the sun to extinguish the nur of the sun. It's impossible. And without going into too much details and taking longer time, today, tonight, in the first week of the month of Ramadan, in the first Jum'ah, we want to, with Allah Azza wa Jal, do something that will make us content and satisfied. Why? Because we know what's happening in the Muslim Ummah right now. You know what's happening in Gaza. I don't have to talk much about it. My Jum'ah khutbah was about it. And for the past 5 months, every Jum'ah I've been talking about what's happening in Gaza. But you know what? We will not be able to talk about what's happening in Gaza. We will not be able to cluster. We will not be able to educate our teens, our youngsters about what's happening in the Muslim Ummah until and unless we have institutions that are built to serve the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. And when I talk about serving the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, we're not talking about providing cultural, religious services. Because this is what they want us to make our masajid for. They want you to come here to the masjid, stand up in line for the Salat Tarawih, do cosmetic, mechanical ibadat, and you go home. This is it. That's what we need Islam to be all about. No, we tell them that Islam governs and constitutes everything in our life. Allah Azza wa Jal says, أَجَعَلْتُمْ سِقَايَةَ الْحَاجِ وَعِمَارَةَ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ كَمَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. Allah Azza wa Jal told us, مَا كَانَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ يَعْمُرُ مَسَاجِدَ اللَّهِ. It's not about the establishment of the houses of Allah Azza wa Jal. It's not about providing for the hajis. It's not about, mechanically, cosmetically provide and build beautiful institutions. It's about producing individuals who hold the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal tightly, who understand what it means for them to be Muslims, who will be growing up and introducing Islam to the rest of the society, who will be defending the Muslim community in difficult times like the time we are in right now. There are many of us who are silenced because of their stand as Muslims. and if it's not to the Muslim lawyers, to the Muslim media, journalists, then we would have been lost. This masjid, alhamdulillah, is doing this job. And I testify because I'm a member of this our congregation. Alhamdulillah, we see that this masjid welcomes its doors to the youngsters. We can see them, alhamdulillah, here today. And we see them every Friday. And we see them every Saturday. And we see them coming here. If you come between Fajr and the Dhuhr, and you see Sheikh, may Allah bless him and give him barakah in his life and bless his time, you will see him dedicating his time to teach them the Quran. We're not only about teaching, only memorizing letters and texts, we're talking about teaching them the principles. And we're not talking about terrorism, let me make clear, because I'm always misquoted. We're not talking about terrorism. Islam is not about terrorism. Islam is the deen of rahmah. We are the one who have taught humanity what rahmah is all about. And unless we teach it to our children, and unless our children take the actions and be the mercy missioners of the Prophet ﷺ's statement, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, then we will continue to suffer as a community, and the rest of the society will be suffering, and the rest of the people on earth will be continuing to suffering. We see what's happening around the globe now. So many wars happening, so many suffering to people of different faith and cultural backgrounds. Why? Because we are not seeing a power that is having a mission statement that says, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Tonight, inshallah, in the first, as I said, night of Jum'ah, or the month of Ramadan, we want to open the chance for you and me and for everyone to contribute to something that will be, inshallah, there for us when we meet Allah Azza wa Jal. Before the time come and say, يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي إن الذين يتلون كتاب الله وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية يرجون تجارة لن تبور. Never go bankrupt. We know that in this society we'll always care about business. We always talk about security, financial security. We always talk about how we need to provide for ourselves at the end of our life or in our seniorhood. We always talk about our children. Allah Azza wa Jal told us in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, Shaykhna, ذُرِّيَّةً ضَعْفَاءَ فَأَصَابَ إِعْصَارٌ فِيهِ نَارٌ فَاحْتَرَقَتْ. Remind me about the beginning of the ayah. أيود أحدكم أن تكون له جنة من نخيل وأعناب تجري فيها تحتها الأنهار وله فيها من كل الثمرات وأصابه الكبر وله ذرية ضعفاء فأصابها إعصار فيه نار فاحترقت. When you fool yourself and think about RRSPs and RESPs and think about the financial advisor, we're not discounting that. The real investment and the real business we do is the business we do with Allah Azza wa Jal. Tonight, inshallah, I'm going to be opening the chance for someone to say, I would like to contribute $5,000 to this house of Allah Azza wa Jal, knowing that this house of Allah Azza wa Jal is opening its door for our youngsters, for our teens, for ourselves to be able to worship Allah Azza wa Jal and to be able to establish the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal and to be able to educate our children the real understanding of the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal, away from deviation and away from extremism and away from terrorism and away from everything that Islam has been attacked with. We want to introduce the real understanding of the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal as rahmah to mankind. Let's see the first person to say, I would like to take this opportunity and be from as-sabbaqun in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal and give $5,000 fi sabilillah, knowing that this money is not decreasing my wealth. ما نقص مال من صدقة. Knowing that I'm in the month of the Ramadan, knowing I'm in the blessed nights of the month of Ramadan, knowing that this potentially could be Laylatul Qadr, by the way. Laylatul Qadr is not only the 27th night of Ramadan when we come here and then Khatam Qawul and go home. No, Laylatul Qadr is hidden throughout the month of Ramadan, and more specifically in the last 10 days of the month of Ramadan. The Prophet ﷺ hunted for Laylatul Qadr from the first 10 nights, the 20 nights, and then the last 30 nights. Let's see, inshallah, a person to say, I would like to go in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal, giving $5,000. This could be one installment, one check, or it could be divided to 12, payments. Could be, partnering with your, family members, with your, partners in business, with your friends and co-workers, with your family members, and say, this is part of what it is. And I think this is tax deductible, donation, right? Do we have tax deductible charity here? Are we a charitable organization? Right, Akhi? No? Yes? Is this a charitable organization? Do you give tax receipts? Regardless, if they give tax receipts or do not give tax receipts, Allah Azza wa Jal will give you the benefit and give you the tax receipt. Let's see, inshallah, the first person to break the silence and say, I want to be from as-sabbaqun. This is a brother or a sister in the salah, third floor, to say, yes, I wanted to take this opportunity and seize it and be from the person who opens the gate of khayr. opening the gate of khayr and rahmah, would lead others inshallah to be inspired, and we'll have inshallah something done tonight. Let's see inshallah the first person to break the silence and say, I want to be from those who are sabbaqun, pioneers, those who wanted to do something unusual and extraordinary and give in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal, knowing that this is tijaratan lan tabur, a business that will never go bankrupt. طيب, inshallah, we would not. I could see people talking on their phones and talking to individuals around them. Is this for the sake of the fundraising? Alhamdulillah. 2 people can make 5,000, by the way. That means 2,500 each. Easily can make inshallah the 5,000 we're talking about. Let's see the first person to say, I'm giving in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal $2,500. That means almost $200 a month. And from my business, inshallah, to give it the barakah, to give it the rahmah, and from my income and the family income, so that Allah will be blessing our family. So Allah will be blessing our children. أَيَوَدُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن تَكُونَ لَهُ جَنَّةٌ مِّن نَخِيلٍ وَعَنَابٍ تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. A garden full of fruits and bounties, and the river runs underneath it. Everything you wish for, everything you think will be provided security for you, all of a sudden, فَأَصَابَ إِعْصَارٌ. إِعْصَارٌ, boom, a hurricane. Burn it and turn it to black. Let's see inshallah the first person to break the silence and say $2,500 fi sabilillah, $200 a month. Work out the math the way you like it and do it. Seize the moment, take the opportunity, and let Allah Azza wa Jal inshallah open the gate of rahmat on us. Let's see someone to break the silence and say, I want to be from the pioneers. I want to plant a seed that will give in return 700 folds. This is one of the creations of Allah Azza wa Jal. What about the Creator who created the earth, who gives more than what the earth is giving? Let's see inshallah the first person to break the silence and say $2,500 fi sabilillah, $200 a month will make it inshallah. Make your phone call, text if you're allowed to text. I think Wi-Fi here is 5G. So inshallah, take the advantage of the technology. Let's get the job done tonight. Do it today before it's too late. You never know. Tomorrow there's 2 janazas. We're at actually 3 janazas. 2 in Ista and 1 in Malton Mosque. It's happening so fast. There are so many people who were with us last year, they're not here with us this year. And we know this is a fact. No one denies this fact, that death is an imminent fact. No one can run away from it. Let's take this opportunity and seize the moment and say, I want to give before it's too late. No, too late, خلاص. Let's see the first person to give each other $2,500 fi sabilillah. As I said, it's from this floor or 3rd floor with the sisters. We have the communication, and communication is very fast, alhamdulillah. Sisters, if you want to give anything, just send it down or send us a text message or communicate with the brothers here, and we'll get the job inshallah done for you. طيب. I want to make it fast. I want to make it easy. I want to make it possible for everyone. 5,000 can be done by 5 people. 5 people can inshallah give $1,000 each. Allahu Akbar. نسأل الله عز وجل أن يبارك لك في رزقك. ونسأل الله عز وجل يبارك لك في بنياتك. ونسأل الله عز وجل أن يجعلك من السباقين في الطاعات والخير في النعم على كل شيء قدير. اللهم يا رب السماوات والأرض ورب العرش العظيم تقبلها منه يا الله. اجعلها صدقة خالصة لوجهك الكريم. يا الله اجعلها سترا له من النار. اللهم اجعلها رحمة لذويه ولأقاربه الذين تركوا هذه الدنيا فإنك على كل شيء قدير. This is by the way sunnah. خذ من أموال الصدقة وتطهرهم بها وصلي عليهم إن صلواتك سكن لهم. This is what will provide inshallah the second, the peace, the tranquility, the ease for you and your family. Let's see inshallah the second person to give inshallah $1,000 fi sabilillah. $1,000 fi sabilillah. We have already secured the first 1,000. Let's see inshallah number 2 for $1,000. Allahu Akbar. نسأل الله يبارك لك في رزقك أنكل. اللهم يا رب السماوات والأرض ورب العرش العظيم نسألك بجلالك أن تتقبلها منه وتجعلها صدقة خالصة لوجهك الكريم وتجعلها إن شاء الله رحمة عليه فإنك على كل شيء قدير. This is the real investment. إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل in abundance فوج after فوج, a group after group, تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا, don't worry, ولا تحزنوا, don't be concerned, وأبشروا, glad tiding for you, for what? الجنة التي كنتم توعدون, the paradise that you were promised in this dunya. Number 2 is secured. Number 3, we need number 3 for $1,000 في سبيل الله. الله أكبر. نسأل الله أن يبارك لك في رزقك يا شيخ. نسأل الله يجعلها عملا خالصا لوجهه الكريم ويجعلها في ميزان أعمالك ويبارك لك في ذريتك فإنه على كل شيء قدير. Say Amen. Come on guys, we're in the boat of the house of Allah Azza wa Jal. We are in one of the blessed nights. So maybe the dua inshallah will be accepted tonight. Brother Hassan, I think we should turn one of the mics off. Okay, inshallah, we have secured $3,000 fi sabilillah. Let's see inshallah number 4. Inshallah fi sabilillah. As I said, could be made one payment. could be divided to 12 months. That means you're talking about, what's the math here? 90, $45 a month, isn't it? $90 a month. I'm sorry, $90 a month. $90 with the fraction. $90 with fraction. Let's see, inshallah. This is, by the way, almost an average of what every one of us pays for their cell phones, right? And everyone has cell phone. No one can survive without data. Can anyone say that I have a cell phone without data? Except for Muhammad. Where's Muhammad? He's not here today, alhamdulillah. He's the only one I have seen in Canada who has only, the candy bar phone. Other than that, everyone has a data. And the minimum data plan will be around $90, which is what we're asking here for you today. Give a data plan for the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. A data plan will be in help for you when you are 7 feet under the ground, and the connection will be, inshallah, not 5G, will be 100G, inshallah. Let's see, inshallah, the fourth person to give $1,000 fi sabilillah. A brother or sister or a family or a group of people. Come on, I think we're running out of time. Let's see, inshallah. We need at least Allahu Akbar. Nas Allah an yukrimaka wa yubarika feek ya shaykha. Kayfa haluka? Long time no see. نسأل الله عز وجل أن يفرج كربك. نسأل الله عز وجل أن يشرح لك صدرك. الحمد لله. نسأل الله عز وجل أن يفتح لك من أبواب رحمته. See, subhanallah. This life, Allah Azza wa Jal made a life of tests. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. كبد. شدة. Hardship. Difficulties. Challenges. And here comes the a'mal of that will inshallah ease and comfort the life we're living in. If you are going through a difficulty or a challenge, if you're seeing this or if you're seeing that, this is the way. I'll share quickly with you one story. This is a true story. I used to work in a hospital. Alhamdulillah, I don't. Alhamdulillah, I gave up. That's all I can share with you today. No more, because I'm being asked not to share anymore. This is it. When I was working in a hospital, once we had an emergency emergency code was called. Let's put it this way. I rushed with the team to the emergency department. A child falling from the 3rd floor to a concrete land was about to arrive to the hospital. Everybody in the emergency department was alert because they thought the boy would come with broken bones. When he arrived to the hospital, he had only bruises. Hey, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right. All the hot docs were like, is this the one? Yes, this is the one. When it calmed down, I went to the family, I said to them, listen, you are Muslim and I'm Muslim. I need to know from you, right now, what did you do? They said, what do you mean? I said, there's something you do. Your child falling from the 3rd floor and landing on concrete and nothing happens to him? This is unheard of. After some time, they said to me, brother, we believe in 2 things. Dua and sadaqah. Dua is what we are been doing, alhamdulillah, through the Fajr Salah for the past 4 months. And sadaqah is what you will be doing right now, inshallah. Let's see, inshallah, number 4 of $1,000 fi sabilillah, or 90 plus for a month fi sabilillah. Let's give it, inshallah, knowing that this is not going to decrease our sadaqah. This is not going to decrease our wealth, but inshallah will multiply it and cherish it and nourish it and make it, inshallah, barakah on us in this life and in the hereafter. طيب. We want to make it so fast and so quickly, inshallah. 2 people can make 1,000, right? So let's see, inshallah, 2 people to make the 4,000. Make sense? So that means $45 a month, right? Alhamdulillah, we got 2 already for 1,000. Allahu Akbar, takbir. نسأل الله أن يبارك لكما في رزقكما ويسأل الله عز وجل أن يبارك لكما في ذريتكما ويسأل الله عز وجل أن يبارك لكما في الدنيا والآخرة فإنه على كل شيء قدير. So number 4,000 is the secured. We need number 5,000 secured. So we need 2 more people to give $500 or $45 a month to make it, inshallah, possible for us to be able to do this job. Let's see, inshallah, number 1 of 2. So we can make the 5. I'm confusing you with the math. Allahu Akbar, takbir. So we have, alhamdulillah, the first $500. We need the second $500 to match it to make the 1,000. So we'll have the $5,000. Number 2 for $500. $500 Allahu Akbar. Nas Allah yabarik laka fi rizqika. Ameen ya Rabbi. Allahumma ameen. I'm seeing also potential communication for another $500. Now we have $5,000. Manage Sheikh, it's okay. Give me 5 more minutes, inshallah.
2 minutes.
2 sisters are giving something?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Like 2 minutes, inshallah, we'll make it very fast. Inshallah, let's see, inshallah, 500, 500. 2 500s, 2 500s, $45 a month. 2 500s for Allahu Akbar. Nas Allah yabarik laka fi rizqika ya Rabb. One young brother in the back, inshallah, is raising his hand. Nas Allah yabarik laka fi rizqika wa nas Allah azza wa jalla naftah laka bab rahmatihi wa nas Allah an zawjaka in kunta a'zam. روح الله يرضيك. Let's see. Number 2 with $500. Allahu Akbar. A young man there with the help of his father raising his hand. That's another $500. So alhamdulillah, we secured the $5,000. Let's get another 1,000 to make some $6,000 with much easier process. $100 times 10, that's 1,000, right? Let's see inshallah the first $100 fi sabilillah. Come on, that's easy. We can, Allahu Akbar, nasallahu barak laka fi rizqika wa yajma'aka fi ahlika an qareeb. Allahumma ameen. Number 2 inshallah. We want to make it easy inshallah. So we conclude with this. Allahu Akbar, takbir, number 3, number 2 is right there. Let's see number 3 inshallah. $100. If you don't want to make it right away, divide it. Whatever proportion you want to do it is up to you. Just make the commitment tonight, so we'll make a dua for you. Especially those who are looking to get married. Trust me, dua like this with the sheikh here, it's inshallah guaranteed. And we're not responsible afterwards about what happens. Khalas. We just make the we just make dua for you, and then the rest is up to you between you and Allah Azza wa Jal. Now he's raising his hand when we hear that. Alhamdulillah. Number 3. Let's see number 4 inshallah. Number 4 with inshallah dua, with the dua inshallah, special dua for you. Young people, come on. Those who are looking for jobs, looking for wives. Allahu Akbar, wife or job? Okay, doesn't matter. We have number 4. Let's see number 5 inshallah. Number 5 inshallah. We need to conclude that takes 6,000 inshallah. We need 6 more people and that's it. We're stopped inshallah. Number 5 with $100. You can make it one payment right now. You can divide it. It's up to you. Just make the commitment tonight. Let's see inshallah number 5 with $100 fi sabilillah. This is including the sisters in the top, by the way. Sisters are included into this. Don't shy. I go to the flea market. They say, don't shy. Come here. You don't know, those who go to flea market know what I'm talking about. Don't shy. Yalla, come on. Now I'll show them the video inshallah. Let's see inshallah. Come on, 6 people. Let's finish it inshallah. 6 people. Allahu Akbar. Bas Allah barik laka fi rizqika. Alhamdulillah, we have number 5. We need 5 more and that's it. We'll finish inshallah and go more. And move on inshallah. Let's see inshallah. Okay, I'll make it much easier. 500 means 10 people with $50 each. Deal? A deal? Let's do it inshallah. Who's going to take the first $50? See, Allahu Akbar. Nasallahu barik laka fi rizqika. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbi. Number 2 inshallah. Let's make it fast, quickly inshallah. The brothers are going around inshallah. And to make it easy inshallah, so we can go back and get to Salat al-Tarawih. My time is up. Can I make a deal with you? Please do not leave from the masjid without giving something. This is alhamdulillah a chance of khair. Allahu Alam knows whether we'll be able to make it until the end of Ramadan. If Allah will make it possible for us to get to the end of Ramadan, Allahu Alam, Allah knows. But at least the minimum we can do, and inshallah start by myself, to give $50 before you leave. Is that a deal? So inshallah we'll at least secure the $6,000, and I'm sure inshallah we'll come up, we'll top it up to $10,000 بإذن Ameen. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam. Muhammad wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Allahumma ya rabb as-samawati wal ardi wa rabbil arshil azim. Forgive me, I need to make special dua for Gaza. اللهم يا رب السماوات والارض ورب العرش العظيم، اللهم نسالك برحمتك وجلالك وكرمك وجودك ومنك علينا يا رب العالمين بان ترحم اهلنا في غزه، اللهم فرج همهم وغمهم وكربهم يا جبار، اللهم نسالك بان تحقن دماءهم، اللهم تسالك بان تسقي عطشاهم وتطعم جوعاهم وتفك اسراهم وتداوي جرحاهم ومرضاهم، اللهم نسالك الصلاه في المسجد الاقصى امنين مطمئنين فانك على كل شيء قدير، اللهم نسالك حسن الختام، اللهم اجعل الشهاده فانك على كل شيء قدير، وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه.